morning, hello, and welcome to The View. Meghan McCain is back as our special guest co-host. And welcome back to you, Barbara, because you weren't with us yesterday. But
no, Meghan and I have never sat together.
We never sat together. Well, no. You interviewed me a while ago.
No, but it's not this. Was I nice?
Yes, you're very nice.
What a relief.
She got all dressed up for you. She didn't look like this yesterday.
No, thank you.
I wanted to look a little more conservative.
Yesterday
When you're sitting next to an icon, you should look a little, you should be respectful.
What a brilliant, adorable choice.
Sherry just got here. What do you mean, icon?
Many icons at the table.
Well, thank you. You're welcome. Listen, now, I know that most of you watched President Obama's speech last night, and we're going to get to that. And that was not the biggest thing that happened last night. I know you probably think I'm talking about the senator who yelled out, you lie. That has nothing to do, Congressman, sorry, has nothing to do with what the biggest piece of breaking news was.
Oh, gosh.
Ellen DeGeneres is replacing Paula Abdul as a judge on American Idol.
But why are you so happy?
I love Miss D because she's nurturing. When you watch her, you feel all warm and fuzzy, and I think that she's going to bring that to American Idol. Those kids need it because they lost it with Paula, and I think they're going to get it with Ellen DeGeneres on American Idol.
But does it bother anyone that there's no music experience there? I mean, I thought this was, that's
dances. I see her dance every day.
It's not the same as music.
Paula's a performer, and I was the biggest Paula fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved Paula. I still do. I was hoping they'd bring her back in a surprise twist. Now, no disrespect to Ellen, but I loved Paula. I'm one of those hardcore people.
And Paula has a lot of experience, with music and the industry and all of those things. And I'm just curious.
But Ellen's getting double banged because she's got experience over here and she's got experience on this side.
Well, where's the music experience?
I'm not sure that the way American Idol is now, that the music experience per se, how great is the voice and do you hit the right notes, is as important as the whole look. I mean, they change the way they dress. They tell them how to behave. It's a whole personality.
And Ellen's terrific on that. I think Paula, when you said, what does Paula contribute to this show? I think Paula was known for being the nice one. Yeah. And I think, again, Ellen will be known for being the nice one.
And poor Cara has to still be the other one who's not
too. So you got three experiences.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I liked her on So You Think You Can Dance. I think that made perfect sense. I'm not sure that this was the right choice for that particular show. That's just my opinion. I
think it's got to do with the networks realizing that comedians are great on television.
When the contestants went to, audition, they were upset that Paula wasn't there. I mean, they were saying, "Where's Paula?" And apparently,
get over it. Life goes on.
Do you remember the year Paula had tried to do some material? She tried to do some jokes, and they just fell flat against Simon.
Well, on this program, we have 3 out of the 5 are comedians. So you and I are chopped liver.
I'm not a comedian.
We don't recognize the value of comedians. Look at us. And then there was Rosie's a comedian, and you said, "Hey, Joy's working. Let's keep going. Let's clone the bit."
Okay, so much for Joy Behar. Moving on. Was there anything else in the news?
Well, not really when you really boil it down. But, of course, last night, President Obama gave his speech on his plan for U.S. health care. Anybody want to say anything about it? Did you see it? How'd you feel about it?
Well, I enjoyed it. I thought he was back to his old charismatic self, and he got in touch with his anger. I thought that the Republicans were pretty disgraceful in the way they acted. That's my opinion. Eric Cantor, who's one of the head of one of the leaders of the Republican Party, was sitting on his BlackBerry. And they were that guy who yelled out, "You lie." Nobody. Let me finish one thought. And the other thing is, when Bush was in office and gave his little speeches, they applauded when he said, "We're going to Iraq." When he said, "I'm going to give tax cuts for the rich," they applauded. Tomorrow, health care.
Now, are you saying when Bush was up, everybody applauded?
The Democrats, to be honest, they sat also.
They were perfect when they sat and watched him, and I thought it was disrespectful. I do. I think everyone should come together and support the president, especially during a State of the Union address to the Congress. And my biggest problem was the congressman that spoke out and screamed liar. I was not allowed to do that as a child, sitting across the table from my brother eating dinner. I wasn't allowed to scream out at him, let alone to the president at Congress, and it makes all Republicans look bad. I know he apologized, but we cannot have this kind of dialogue in this country and expect people to take you seriously.
You know what? I stayed up all night. I stayed up till 1 in the morning. I tried to send a tweet to Congressman Wilson's tweet page. It was shut down. I was calling till 1 in the morning because the line was busy. So I'm going to write a letter because I think like you, I was raised. We just, no matter what our party affiliations, just the office of the president deserves respect.
Well, especially in that situation.
On the Senate floor.
Just a couple. It wasn't the State of the Union. It was joint.
I know. I'm sorry.
I know you know. I just so that we are clear on everything. Your father was one of the people who said it was disgraceful, and your father didn't agree with absolutely everything that President Obama said. Although President Obama did give him credit for a good deal of the health plan, and your father went thumbs up. That was that kind of joint.
Well, he's a gentleman, your father. Yeah. We always liked John McCain.
I get this from him. Yeah. I get this crossover. I think that what the congressman did was disgraceful. I get all of this from my father. People ask me how I became this type of Republican. It comes from the top. It's how I was raised, what I believe.
Father was a
we should point out that your tweeting maybe did a lot of good, because we should point out that Congressman Wilson did apologize.
Yes.
Well, yes. We should make that.
Go ahead, Barbara. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. You go. I'll go after.
He was, you know, I was appalled, really, because what I've been feeling the last couple of months is that this disrespect, which started with, I'm not going to have my kid listen to your State of the Child address, has now evolved into this this incredibly disrespectful. Now, as much as I didn't like Mr. Bush, and many jokes as I made, I cannot remember anyone, any congressman, senator, anywhere, sitting in that chamber while the president was speaking, behaving like those gentlemen and folks behaved.
I'd like to say I know many Republican congressmen and senators that would never do anything like that. It's just one rogue guy
not the yell out, but just
beyond that.
The body language.
Now, I have to say, I've seen Democrats be as crabby, but somehow, man, it's a whole
tonight on TV, this congressman that yelled, "You're a liar," tonight, he will be, no matter which network you watch, he will be the ultimate patriot or the worst person in the world ever. It's going to be one or the other, and that's the problem in this country right now, are these extremes. Because I find most people are in the middle. It explains why I'm on the show.
Something, Megan? Fox TV did not carry the speech. Every other network, including NBC, ABC... No, it was not on last night.
They did.
So you think you can dance? That's what they carried.
Fox TV. She's talking about Fox News.
That's their right.
Yeah.
You know, they're right. But I'm just saying, of course, it's their right.
Just echo a little bit about what Whoopi is saying, because we are used to, when George Bush made speeches, the Democrats sat like this, although last night they were waving the bill and so. But the most important thing is that one way or another, something has to be done about health care. Everybody agrees about that. And when the president said, look, this is not perfect, and, you know, they're now picking different things apart, and there's a lot that's wrong. The president said, and I'm quoting here, "My door is always open. If you've got a better plan, I want to listen. This is not perfect. Please, can we get together?" What the Republicans have been saying, and what the Republican rebuttal was we should start from scratch. So if he says it's not perfect, but please, can we get together, and it is for the good of all of us, I think that's what bothers us, and that's what bothered you, is that we have to concentrate on finding a way, instead of saying no, no, and finding a way of saying, I don't like this, I don't like that,
I got a great idea.
I'll be with you.
I think we should take the Congress and the Senate, take all of their health care plans.
Yeah.
Wait. No, they have brilliant health care. They have really good health care. So why don't we take theirs away, give them a smattering of what really goes on in this country, and see how well they do? Just a thought. No, but I can hope. Listen. Walk walk a mile in somebody else's shoes. See what it's like to have to go to the emergency room because you're scared because you don't have the money to go to a regular doctor. See what that's like. Maybe that will make some sense to people. Maybe they'll understand what people are talking about, because the very poor people, we have welfare, we have all these great systems put in place. Very wealthy people can get the stuff that they need. But people in the middle, as always, people in the middle are bent over and taken without a smile. We'll be right back with more Hot Topics.